Replace them with the Infiltrate aggro deck. I almost have enough for a draft again. Yeah, it's super reasonable. We've got I got some duels here. We're on the play too. It's a little bit slow. It'd be a little bit slow on the draw, but I'd probably still keep it just because it's got a Fanatic and a Scream in it. Opponent doesn't have a turn 1 play. That's great for us. Probably going to lead on Fanatic here, because if they kill it, we just Scream it right back in. Especially now that we have another one. I want them to kind of burn their removal on my first couple of guys before we commit Midnight Gale to the board, because this gets online with Lifesteal. It's a card they just have a hard time keeping up with. This card's a Prime Torch target, but like we have a lot of Prime Torch targets in our deck, so we basically just want to overwhelm as opposed to dodging things like that. Oh, jeez. If he just... Leave a Torch here? He's got an Oni Rowan. Alright, hopefully we hit a Levitate. Alright, that is a little unfortunate. So now I have a decision to make here. I could either Herald Song and hope to hit a resource. If I Herald Song and hit a resource, I can bin this Fanatic and then Scream it right back. That's the highest risk, highest reward play. The conservative line is to just Wisdom of the Elders and try and guarantee our resource. I think I'm going to Herald Song. I think we want to just try and get out ahead here. And we hit the resource, so we'll bin the Fanatic. They have no resources available. Play it. Scream the Fanatic back. And then we only gain 2 life from this line because this is going to die and then this guy deals us 3 damage. But we have another Scream and we're going to draw a bunch of cards here. So sign me up. Just this card's so good. When it hits your opponent, Infiltrate, you sacrifice it, and you gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. So it's what's not to love? Alright, Death Strike. My guy is down. So next turn I can Haunting Scream plus Midnight Gale. Permafrost isn't bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Haunting Scream plus Midnight Gale here. I'm gonna lead on Haunting Scream. There could also be merit to just like playing Ranger plus Permafrost here. Let's see what we get off of this. Annihilate. Huh. So I drew a couple pieces of removal here. That's fine. If he just like has removal for this Midnight Gale, we lose a lot of tempo here. Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to... I'm going to Permafrost this and pass the turn, I think, here. We'll annihilate this guy. Pyro Knight, sure. Kill that. I don't mind using the first Permafrost on this Oni Rowan because I've got a second one in case they have a Reaper on 5. Ooh, that's pretty good. So, I'm going to actually... So this takes 6 to ultimate. I'm going to lead on the Recurring Nightmare because this can kind of bait a Torch out. There's a pause there, so I think they might have it. I'm just going to go ahead and deploy the Ranger, though, and see how this goes. They might just want to, like, let this live because it kind of ties up my resources. Oh, they have a Cabal Countess. Okay, well, if they're ultimating this, then they're not ultimating that. I'm glad you liked it, Echoes. So this is probably going to ult and then crack us for 6. Yeah, no blocks here. That's fine. The question is, do I burn a Permafrost on there or not? I think I actually just want to, like, clean up their board entirely here. I've got a feeding time to clean up a potential additional threat. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead. Well, I guess I have to feeding time to kill this one if I want to get through there. Yeah, okay. I've got some card draw left. We're going to be a little bit sad if they have a Reaper to follow this up, but I think we have enough pressure to get through that potentially. This could be a mistake getting this quite this aggressive. We're already through 2 permafrost here. Alright. So they could still have Reaper this turn because this gives them a 7/3 source. Alright, so choices. Am I winning this race is a question I have to ask myself. I don't think I am. I'm going to lead on Wisdom of the Elders here. We're going to little punish if we don't hit a resource. We did hit a resource. God bless. Let's do that. I think I'm just going to leave this back. I'm going to play the Midnight Gale out here. Pass the turn. Good Missy Head. Like I said, I'd like to improve that deck. The Rainbow Road is my favorite deck that I've played so far on the Pokemon TCG game. And you have suggestions to make it better. I wouldn't be surprised if that list isn't optimal. Power Surge is a little rough because we get hit from both of these now too. They're out of cards though, so they like have no cards and we've got infinite cards left here. Let's play this out. Am I leading on that? I'm going to play this first, see if we had a piece of removal for one of these dorks. We did not, and then I'm going to go ahead and Herald Song here since we've got some extra sigils, and we hit a piece of removal, so we'll bin that and pass the turn here. Yeah, I want to play defense with my 4/4. We're a little bit low on life, and we've got so many resources that I don't just want to get killed out of nowhere. This is like kind of the pivotal turn, I feel like. If they brick here, or even if they just draw like a non-Reaper troop, we're in a pretty good spot. But if they just hit a resource here, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, they hit a quick action. So this pause here means they have a quick action. Torch, perhaps? That's a pretty good one. So I'm going to go ahead and lead on this recurring Nightmare attack. Because if they want to torch this, I'm fine with that, especially since I hit this Beast Caller. And look, we knew they had a torch because of the pause. That's one of the things that I can take or leave about this game. The lack of hidden information because of the priority passing is medium. Flame Blast is the card we're looking to dodge. Flame Blast and the Obliterate, Overwhelm card are cards we're looking to our opponent to not have. Hey, Steven. Gonna levitate this guy. I want to levitate this one too. I'm not going to levitate this one too, because if this attack doesn't go well, like if they have another torch here, I want to be able to have this back to block. And I think they're going to be pretty dead on our next turn regardless. Let's go ahead and Herald Song here so we can find. Happily been a resource. Herald Song again. Happily been a resource. Yeah, just pass the turn. Thinking, is there anything that punishes me for not playing out this sigil? I don't think there is. We don't have any quick cost 3s. We have some quick cost 2s, but we can cycle this and still play quick cost 2, so that's fine. Scale of 1 to dead. Where are we at here? Hopefully pretty dead. I think this matchup's pretty reasonable for the Infiltrate Aggro deck. I feel like I win it a lot more often than I lose it. Alright, they found an Obliterate. I'm going to go ahead and Levitate here in response in case we find one of our 2 copies of Backlash. Which we did not, so... Are they dead on board now? They're not dead on board anymore, but they're effectively dead, right? They have to block here. Let's see, if they block here... If they block here, they're dead. If they block here, they're dead, so they have to block here. Yep. They block here, they take 10. They block here, they take 8 and then 1. All right, they're going to 2. Again, I'm going to hold these extra resources in case we hit another Herald song. And play this out because we can. It won't let me download on Android. So they... Seriously? For fuck's sake. Alright, you know, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. So they drew their card that... they drew Fireball, basically. Fireball plus plus. It did 8 damage, and they had 8 resources, and we were at 8 life. You know. Anyways, on your phone, they have the Android store set up. Yeah, downloading it to my phone this morning. Can confirm. I had to download the APK to get it to install on my phone. They have it set to tablets only for whatever reason. It works fine on my phone. I've been playing the closed beta on my phone for forever. You just download it and install the APK. Easy redraw here. Again, one of the things I don't understand is why they don't apply their opening hand algorithm to your first hand as well. This hand's a little medium. We need a second Primal Sigil at some point. Primal Influence. But we have plenty of playables. Annihilate's actually a really good thing to round out this hand with for opponents playing aggressive deck where you can kill their 2-drop. They updated the beta version of the App Store. Okay, sweet. That's good. You couldn't get it from the Play Store on your phone yesterday. Apparently they updated it today, which is good. They had it marked so it would only allow itself to be installed to tablets. Sure, Stormlink. So this is a dual faction card, which Annihilate cannot kill, unfortunately. I'm just gonna Annihilate their 2/2. Huh! If you kill this in response, it doesn't get the trigger? That's weird. I'm going to play this out first. You want to play out your things that you need to use your resources up before you start going to town on the recurring nightmare, usually. Hopefully he attacks with this and just leaves this back so we can annihilate it and crack him for 3. If they're conservative, they'll leave both of these troops back. Yeah, I think that's the conservative line there for sure, is to leave both of those back. Well, I'm just going to get my recurring nightmare going since I don't have any resources to do anything else. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't understand why that trigger didn't resolve. I feel like it. I mean, I guess coming. I don't know whether or not it should or not. I almost feel like maybe they shouldn't. Not only does it differentiate them from Magic, but I think it's not intuitive to a lot of people that it's not intuitive to a lot of people that your triggers don't happen when the thing that the trigger's coming from dies. I don't really want to run that in. Hopefully we had another resource here. We kept a 3 resource opener. It's unfortunate we didn't have enough to cast this Wisdom to help propel us into the next one. There's the search party. Alrighty. Probably just dead here still. They're going to draw a bunch of cards. And perhaps there's an argument to waiting a turn on this, but... Sure. Them's the beats. This... God, best of 1 is so frustrating in resource games like this. Ugh. Alright, yeah, I get it. We're dead. Block your thing. Take a million. Alrighty. Casual draw 4 extra cards. Alright, we got a thing at least. Hey! An upgrade. Okay, let's try one more until we audible to the rally deck and just shove our troops down people's throats. Lost a close one. Lost one where we just got ranched on the resource system. This hand's reasonable, which is good considering we're obligated to keep it. Get a little echo going on. Do, 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 do. All right, Favor's actually an excellent draw here since they have a Pyro Knight on one here. So Favor does 1 damage to something, and it's lifesteal, so we gain a life, and it gives us a resource out of our deck. So we'll make sure to get our second Primal with this Diplomatic Seal, and this will get us our second Shadow, and then that's all of the influences that we need to play. We'll be able to play Beast Caller on 3 into Haunting Stream it back on 4, hopefully with Backlash up. Grab a Primal here, Favor, shoot this, get a Shadow Sigil. They have another unit to play out here. We're going to be a little bit behind. It's kind of funny. We actually want them to kill this Beast Caller. If they attack with this, I think I'm snapping this trade here so that way I can Haunting Scream plus Backlash it. Because Haunting Scream gives the unit flying, which will get it past whatever defenses they have. So, yeah, I'm actually just going to snap this here. I think we're more likely to connect with this if we block and get it in the bin for the Haunting Scream. They're going to need, oops. Okay, yep. Sure. Okay, so that actually means we can't get it through. So I guess I'm just going to pass the turn here and Death Strike this. Get it out of the way. God, this is 5 and quick draw. This is actually a decision now. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to kill this and preserve our life total here. It means I can't scream this back unless I hit removal, but I think this is the correct line still. Look at on Herald Song here. Permafrost is excellent. Well, it's been an extra... Actually, I'd probably right to been a Backlash there. So we can Permafrost this, and then Haunting Scream this guy back into play that they didn't silence. Smash, get 2 5/5s. This will go away. Let's see what their... How soon they find their Warcry 3 and what it's on. They found it right away, and it's on a guy with Quick Draw. Gross. I guess we're going to start on Wisdom here and hopefully find removal for this. I guess I'll play the Ranger out because then I can triple block this. I don't believe they have an iOS installer as of right now. So, I think the reason they didn't pre-combat their Enforcer was the fact that they didn't expect me to trade with their 2-1. I think they know if they pre-combat that, I'm 100% trading with their 2-1, whereas they weren't expecting me to. So they thought they were getting in 2 free points of damage by waiting to do it post-combat. That's probably the line my opponent took, which, like, seems reasonable. They can't, like, know the contents of my hand. So if, like, their play is plus 2 points of damage, it's reasonable to wait. God bless it. Oh, that's really unfortunate. So this has quick draw, so it is basically first strike when attacked. I think I'm just supposed to triple block here, and then I'm trading a 5/5 for their 6/6 and taking 7 points of damage. Alright, so I could double block here next turn. Yeah, I think I'm just doing that. I'm going to double block there and play this and this out. Can you just, like, draw 6 resource? He's through 14 cards, 6 resources, so hopefully they just brick for a turn here so we get some relief. Alright, so attack like that. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and double here. What the fuck was that? Kill an attachment. Well, that... The whole 9-8. God, not only do they not break, but they just, like, found all the things they want. Let's start with Herald Song, I guess, here. See what we get. Another backlash. Alright, well, God bless. I guess I'm just passing the turn here, right? Yeah. I'm just taking 9 here. I think blocking here is playing to... You just brick... God bless you. Alright, so let's start with... I guess I'm just shipping with everything, right? They block here, and they take 7, and I draw 3 cards? That's gotta be right, right? I guess this is lethal in the air, but it's not lethal because I'm going to gain 3, and then this can jump here, and then this has life drain. Yeah, I'm just going to attack with everything. We're protected from a torch by a backlash here. I need to pick some cards up to try and do something here. Hey, double annihilate. Alright. Alright, fam, we got there. And we in. We in like sin. Got it. Get it? Got it good. Alright. Alright, things are coming up, Millhouse. Don't destroy me. Have a heart. How about an annihilate for you? Oop, has a quick action. How about an annihilate for you? You have like Aegis plus Torch, kill me. Deal. Alright, well, that's Herald Song here. Turn this resource into something that'll do something. Play that. Crack in with this, and let's see if we can stabilize on these Rangers. Get my 4/4s going. They're going to close pretty quick here. Especially with this rapid shot and this backlash. Play a 6th resource. God bless. They're probably holding a 6th resource, so... Let's play both of these. This is a little aggressive in case they have a unit with charge. Scale of 1 to dead. Hopefully they're on the dead side of the scale here. This has endurance, so I can't actually permafrost it because it has endurance. So let's just attack. Quick draw, fortunately, only works when you're attacking, so these will just trade if he wants to block. And if he doesn't block, I get to rapid shot. Am I just rapid shotting here regardless? Yeah, I think I am. I think I want to keep my 4/4. Oh, okay. Finest hour, sure. Alright, well, I'm going to rapid shot mine. So I get a nice little 2-for-1 here. My guy's got quick draw. Doesn't usually play charge units, does it? Nope, but, you know, I've also gotten, like, Wrath of God out of the deck that plays, you know, mana creatures in this game, so... Don't never assume. Deal 100 damage with primal cards, slowly creeping our way up there on that chest, the primal warrior quest. Finally got one. Ooh, first verses of the day. Look at that. Got a promo. So now I can only get one of those per day. Is that how this works? Check back in 13 hours. Okay, so I'm going to have to make sure I actually do that. This hand's medium, but I think it's fine to keep. It's got like a 2-drop into some interaction here. I think it's fine. We've got all of our influences. This Diplomatic Seal will get us our second primal, and this is our second shadow. Ranger's pretty underrated and constructed. I think this card's pretty reasonable. Especially turn 2 on the play, just like have a 4/4 to get going. I'm going to hold this Vera's Favor for now. I have another resource here in my hand, and they could very well play like an X1 that I want to deal this to. I'm not using my resources efficiently this turn, but I think I'd rather save this to use later on. Crunch. Right, this doesn't make an influence since we already have some. I'll go ahead and get my Beast Caller out here. Hopefully they just like play a resource and play a 4th unit that we can then peg or permafrost. And then just like hit them with this and the game will end. Yep, there's your Sandstorm Titan. Oh no! How do I ever beat your Mythic? Alright, turn it into a pig. Hit you for 5. Add 10 power to the board. Thanks for playing. Aha! So the Infiltrate text fades out on this because this only happens the first time this hits my opponent. Kaboom! Get him, got him, good. Keep it on. Alright, so what does this hand do? This hand's a little bit slow. Actually, it's got our Nut Draw in it, right? Yeah, it's got Herald Song, Dump the Beast Caller, Scream it back on 3. Alright, yep, never mind. Not slow. Just didn't look at everything properly yet. I wish I could share links are enabled in chat. If they are not pornography or obnoxious or NSFW, feel free to share a funny picture with the class. You know, just act like an adult. Act like a child, be treated like a child. It's a very simple policy. Alright, so now I have a decision to make here. The question is, do I want to go pedal to the metal? I have 2 different lines here, especially since I drew this Ranger. I could play Ranger on 2, this on 3, and hope to levitate it, and then if they kill it, I can scream it back. Or I could go for the super aggressive, probably win right away line, where I could Song, ditch the Beast Caller, and then scream it back on 3. I feel like when I have my Nuts Straw, we're just going to go for it. So let's draw, discard that, pass the turn. This also, binning it doesn't expose us to getting it silenced, which is nice. Alright, hopefully they just spend all 3 of the resources here. The question is, what do we do next turn if they hold up and represent a torch? Just the hard pass. I think I'm just going to play the Ranger and pass here. And there's a pause at my end step here, so they have a quick action. I love how you can, like, feel it out here, too. Ooh, must have multiple torches to burn a torch like that. And we could actually use this Levitate to feel out if they have another quick action here. We can Levitate this at their end step, and then if it pauses for them to respond, then we know they have another quick action. And they have another quick action, so it's almost certainly a torch, right? It could be a Finest Hour. Almost certainly a torch, though. Alright, so I'm going to play that. What am I supposed to do here? It's probably like permafrost this and play the Gorgon out. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to permafrost this, take it off the table. The Gorgon trades with the sword. Most likely it trades with their torch that they have. and then we can scream back the Beast Caller and get some 5/5s going. Ah, that's great. There's the torch that we knew they had. Valk. Okay, so they feel safe doing this. Oh, silence takes the. Okay, so they're taking the aggressive line here. I think there's no way we're playing around another torch, right? Yeah, so we're just gonna kill this. I guess we could find out if they have another torch. We're gonna annihilate this. They do not have another torch. God bless. Just put my 5/5s into play here. He's still gonna have his sword on him, but he needs to kill both of my 5/5s before the sword can attack me. So, you know, seems fine. I guess he can attack with this first, and then if I block, he can use this to finish my guy. Death Strike kill unit. This has an Aegis on it, so I can't actually Death Strike to kill it. So we're just gonna play this and pass. Oh, this lets him. He can kill this with the sword. This was a little loose. And by a little loose, I mean a lot loose. I wasn't thinking about that. So you can attack my units directly with the relic weapon. I think this is an okay trade. I don't know. Yeah, probably just a pass here. Let's go ahead and play Wisdom of the Elders. Pick up 2 cards. Recurring Nightmare is not a bad pickup. I'm not actually going to Herald Song yet because I think I actually want all of these cards in my hand. And I want to save the Herald Song for when we have something we want to do with it. Why is there an Icaria in their deck? Holy shit. Alright, here's hoping to hit a Levitate. Holy shit. What is going on? That is, this is why do they usually play charge things? Nope, but people just play whatever they want. Huh. Well, now I need to do this, I guess. Rapid shot, sure. I'm going to bin this. I'll play this out, and next turn I can Rapid Shot plus Death Strike this, but it's got 2 Warcry 5 triggers off, so probably just going to die to whatever has those on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the game. Well played, opponent. Alright, what does this hand do? Its hand just does actual nothing, so feel bad to mulligan a hand with functional resources in this game, but the rest of the hand just doesn't do anything. This hand's pretty reasonable. We've got a Varus Favor for our third resource here. Hey, picking up a Seed of Cunning on 1 is excellent. To go ahead and play that out. Okay, they've got a unit out here, but we've got an Annihilate that we can play out right away, so I'm just going to do that. Try and not get behind the 8-ball here. Shoot it down. We've got a Fanatic and then a Levitate to hopefully kick the Fanatic up over the top. Cabal Countess is double Shadow, so I don't think they have anything here. Will not be surprised to see them just shoot down the Fanatic with a torch. Nope, nothing. Alright, well, hopefully they play this back out and then don't have a torch, and then we can just fly up, up, and away. Huh. Actually, am I supposed to pig this? Yeah, I think I'm actually supposed to pig this. Yeah, just crack them with this. We're likely to find another piece of removal off of this draw 3. Yay, look at that. Ask and you shall receive. Alright, immediately regret our decision. So this says each unit in your deck randomly gets flying or charged. So I think I'm going to Haunting Scream back the Fanatic to try and find a Permafrost here. So we can kill this. We can kill this without killing it, basically. Alright. Diplomatic Seal. What am I playing here? I think I'm just annihilating this, which means I can play this out and then do that. So all of their units in their deck have either flying or charge now. I have to discard because of these echo cards. I've been one of those. Right on time, Pig. So we can Vera's Favor to kill this, which is nice. Let's get that out of there. Play the resource out. I have 2. I could play the Midnight Gale, but I think I actually want to do this. I probably should have done this first. Yeah, not punished at least. Bin this extra sigil. About 6 resources is about all we need. This hopefully encourages them to kill this potentially before killing the Midnight Gale. Just got double favor. Yep. Holding these, again, not quite sure what I want to do. I could, like, double Song to be resource efficient, but I think I'd much rather Wisdom of the Elders here. Oh, Midnight Gale, my old friend. Do I want to levitate this? Yeah, I think I do. I've got 2 pieces of removal that can force through a Gorgon Fanatic, and if I could find more threats to play out, so I could just go, like, threat this turn, is excellent. Wow, this is a great turn. So we get to go threat, and we have a backlash to protect them now, and then ways to force them through next turn with this backlash up. So pretty strong favorite to win this game with how high our life total is at this point. So let's go ahead and pig this, and then permafrost this, and then crack you for 4. Draw 3 cards, gain 3 life, get 2 5/5s. NBD, you know, not the worst turn we could have had. The list of turns that were possible there, that was probably a little above average. Picked up a Haunting Scream here. Oink, oink, indeed. Oh, I could have countered that with Rapid Shot. I always forget that. So this card kills something with power 3 or less, but Rapid Shot would have given it 4 more power. At any rate, let's just Midnight Scream, get this Fanatic back, crack him for 14, draw 3 cards, gain 3 life. Actually, I can just kill them with the Rapid Shot, right? Yeah, okay. We've got Backlash to make sure this works. Heyo! Hey, can I just, like, draw my cards, please? I just want to draw some cards. Victory! 82 damage with primal cards. Getting closer. Getting closer. Get a chest. Free stuff. Good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your Wednesday afternoon playing some card games here with us. My name's Jeff Hoagland, and I am a, let's say, casual gamer of sorts. We play lots of different card games on this channel. Hex, Eternal. We just started playing Pokemon, which actually seems a lot better than I thought it was going to be. We're going to enjoy ourselves and play a bunch of different things. I know you lost, but cards, please? Please? This hand's a little medium. Think I can keep this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. The Scream, it's kind of hard to pass up a hand with Scream in it. We'll probably find something good to do with it at some point. Initiate of the Sands is a little scary. Hey, Annihilate on one, sign me up. Or Annihilate to smooth it out. Or just trolling you, right? I was a little surprised myself that it wasn't just a giant troll, because I kind of felt like it was a giant troll, like, and I think that's a lot of, you think like Pokemon and you don't, like, that sounds like an interesting and skill intensive card game, and there's a lot of decisions to be making in the game. It was really kind of neat, and the client is very reasonable too, the digital interface. Wow, so no attack there, or no power pre-combat means they just don't have one here. Okay, good. An interesting strategy indeed. Oh, look, it actually says these. Thank you. Alrighty, so what am I doing here? I think I'm just shipping with this. They probably have a wasp here. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to trade? Or are you just like no blocking, and then I don't get my 4/4? This is probably like a no blocks, right? Yeah. You think I'm just supposed to annihilate this? I don't know. If they like Sandstone tighten me next turn, that feels bad. But they like 10 out of 10 would have tightened me this previous turn, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna annihilate this. Let's get it out of here. Takes away one of their max powers. Watch me get tightened anyways. Yep. Taking a beating here. Alright, yep, we'll just pass the turn here. They have another ambush guy, so we can trade here and then Death Strike down this 5/5, potentially a 6/6. Block. Then we're... Oh, don't Aegis me. Maybe I should have done this on my turn. Just, like, play around a potential Aegis drawn. Okay, sweet. Just trades? 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 Yeah, alright. We are just a scary unit away from having some good stuff to do here. What is in their hand? They keep pausing at my end step. Do they just, like, have a wasp that they want to use as a surprise? Beware, stand together. Yep. Nagate. Alright. I'm just gonna jump this. Do you have like a teleport or something? Fight! Yeah, am I supposed to play this? I'm gonna hold this in case we hit a Herald Song. We're a little bit low on life to making an attack there, but I think I really want to turn this into a 4/4. Yeah, we're going to take 3 on the back crack. Probably just holding this back to block the following turn, since these can bounce now. Sure, you have a 4/4 with Overwhelm and Aegis. Yep. Alright, not going to hold 2 resources in my hand. Again, looking for something that we can do with this Haunting Scream. We're now 15 cards into our deck without either of our... Oh, yep. Nope. Alright, well. Get out of here. They've had a Backlash the entire time? Or a Vanquish? Perhaps? No, Vanquish is a regular spell, right? Huh. So, I think I actually want to block here and then Rapid Shot it and then next turn trade with this 4/4. Hopefully they don't have... Oh, you know what? They could have a Giant Growth, the +3/+3 here. Fuck me. Ugh. Just dead, pretty much. Their last card's got to be another Finest Hour here. That's what all these pauses are. Yeah, I'm assuming this is a finest hour and we're just dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, seems plenty reasonable. We got 2 into a 3. This is a decent hand for this matchup. We not only won the coin flip, but we are on the play. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna snap blocks here. We're trading down on resources there, but I think we're definitely the control deck in this matchup. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. Pretty glad with our decision so far. Scale of 1 to dead, this Fnatic's probably pretty close to the dead side of the scale. Would love if they just play a champion here and pass. Hey, Tommy Gather icon. No blocks. Scale of 1 to dead, where's this at? Oh, doesn't look like they have it. They're planning to just block with that. Alright, gain 3, draw 3. That is... Oh, that's good. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So what am I doing here? So I have a couple of choices. I think I want to play this Fnatic and just use my life total as a bit of a resource here. Next turn we can favor to kill something. Wow, we didn't even get Countess there. I mean, Aggro is just good in general in games that don't have sideboards. Like, part of the problem with the aggressive decks being so good is just okay, like take this deck that I'm playing, for example. Like, 10 out of 10, there would be cards in the board. Do I want to just favor that, or do I want a Herald Song first? Let's do this to start. Now I have a decision to make. I could scream this, and then like one of them eats it to the 7/7, but the other one guaranteed gets through. I think I'm just gonna Herald Song here and hope to hit Permafrost. Did not hit the Stone Perfects. A little unfortunate. We're still at 25 though, but he's got 4 cards in his hand, so. Oh, don't double favor me. Come on. Alright. Wish I would have Haunting Screamed last turn. Alright, hopefully he doesn't have a torch. Hey, there's the Permafrost. 1 card late. Let's get this back into play. It doesn't seem like he had the torch there. Alright, crack you for 3. Gain 3, draw 3. I mean, our deck has infinite removal. Like, the deck that I'm playing is just, like, stacked full of removal. Our deck's not an all-in combo deck. It's an aggro control deck, basically. Reaper, that's fine. Are you attacking with this? They're not. That's good and conservative. Herald Song. Alright, so I think I'm just going to pig this and then play my Beast Caller out here. So, Feeding Time turns the unit into a pig and then kills it, which is useful because this was previously a unit that did something when it dies. A large Impending Doom. Alright. So I think, well, that was a good draw. Yep, we're just going to kill this. And now that we picked up this Rapid Shot, let's make sure we don't find a Levitate here. Well, we found an Annihilate. Been that. I think I'm just going to attack with both of these and then Rapid Shot, whichever one he blocks here. And honestly, the fact that there aren't reserves in this game, or sideboards, whatever you want to call it, that's part of the reason I play cards like, you'll see me play Herald Song in a lot of my decks that have Primal, because Herald Song allows you basically to filter out the chafe that's in our deck that we have to beat certain archetypes. It allows us to loot away those extra removal spells against control decks and like loot away, backlashes against aggro. Hey, Sunnyvale, GG. I mean, I would. You don't think so? I'm just not gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it. Hand's very reasonable, but why can't we just have the same opening hand algorithm for both? This hand's a little medium. We can at least play Midnight Gale on 3. Yeah, Sunnyvale, it's tough. That was a phenomenal draw. To get to go ahead and lead on that, which will hopefully bait out some removal before Midnight Gale starts hitting the board. Yep, there's the Torch. And again, Midnight Gale, people always, like, when I added this card, people are like, this card's really bad against Torch. It's like, well, all of our cards are bad against Torch, so if they're all bad against Torch, it's kind of like none of them are, in a way. There's the Outlaw. Alright, well, let's see if they have a third Torch. Get on in there, Recurring Nightmare. So this card, every time it hits my opponent, it comes back to my hand, and its power doubles. So the first time it does 1, and then becomes 2 power. Next time it's hit them for 2, and then become 4 power. So the game scales up very, very quickly. I'm going to have a hard time racing what they have going on here, especially if they hit a resource this turn. Yep, if they have another 1-drop here. If they don't have a 1-drop, we might be in an okay spot. Okay, yep, Pyro Knight's kind of tough. Alright, what are we doing here? I think I'm leading on Wisdom, so we need removal to interact with their board. We're not just straight racing with this yet. Huh, that's tough. I think it's just Herald Song again, digging for removal. What does the legendary do? There's just Torch. The legendary is a 4/3 flyer that when it hits them, it gains lifesteal. So if they can't kill it, just very hard to race. Alrighty, well, their next card is going to be a monster. Scale of 1 to dead, looking pretty dead here. Again, just the awkward part. Like, a lot of these cards just wouldn't be in our deck post-board against an aggressive strategy. And this is much too large to kill. Alright, we'll levitate this and hope to find a permafrost. Yeah, I'll call it a day. 98? We're getting so close. Oh, what a punt. I should have played the thing out just to get my last 2 points of damage in for my quest. Oh, the mistakes that I have made. This seems a little medium, but I think it's fine. We've got some early interaction. If we draw one of our powerful cards in the first 2 turns, one of our infiltrators, we can bin it and then Haunt Extreme it back. Oh, that's good. We've got a favor to kill this. No blocks. Ooh, were they playing the Bandit Queen deck? Looks like they're playing the Bandit Queen deck. I think I'm going to levitate this for now. Hex Baldo with the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. Subscriptions are the absolute best way you can show your support for the stream, so I appreciate you. Appreciate you doing that. I love that some things happen across genres. We're like, everyone, the aggro deck's mindless and easy to play, so we hate it, and we hate the people that play it. People don't give the aggressive decks enough credit. Oh, that was great. You get to just annihilate the crap out of this guy. Just put this power up on. Yeah, at some point, Marty. I have a lot of stuff I want to try and take care of. Christy and I have been meaning to put together a game night, and she thought streaming it might be fun as well. So let's go ahead and Herald Song here. If we hit one of our infiltrators, we can actually scream it back. No dice. Yeah, I was gonna do this again. Another haunting scream. Awkward. Oh, super dead. Definitely sliding thoroughly towards the dead side of the scale here. The fact that they don't seem capable of drawing a resource past their third, not helping us. Which board games? Any favorites? Actually, one of my favorites is the game Clank that's made by the same company that makes Eternal. It's their first board game. It's very good. It's like a combination deck build. It's like a board game deck building combo. It's really well designed. Has a lot of pretty interesting mechanics. Okay, we did. Right on time, Backlash. Right on time. Did I get my last 2 points in? I did not. All right, let's try and get my last 2 points in of primal damage, and then we will swap to a different deck. Have I done the thing? You have done the thing. I actually tried Pokemon. It's great, right? And I like it. Yeah, the gameplay is fantastic. All of these games, so many of these card games like Magic and Eternal and Hex, and I'm sure there's other ones I'm not counting. Even Hearthstone, like all of these resource-based games where like you just progress your resources and play cards using your resources. The the resource management in them is so similar, and the resource management in the Pokemon game is very, very different from the resource management in all of these other games. It's quite interesting. Well, the other man he has the double the cost of a card in the enemy player's hand. Sure. And like, it actually seems like my buddy when I was first playing it, he's like, "I promise you, the game's very low variance and it's highly skill based." And the fact that you like see so many cards and like you draw so many cards per game and there's so many tutor effects, like I really believe he's probably correct. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's very yep. So the oops was they had this and they should have played this before they played their power. Pokemon the TCG. Yep, I did a stream the first time last night. My buddy who plays it a lot lent me a bunch of cards, and it was great. There's my Arhuvis is the person who lent me all of the Pokemon's cards, and he was very right that it is well done. Does this have endurance? It does not have endurance. So let's levitate this to break the Aegis, and then we can permafrost it. Oh, I messed up here. Oh, that could probably cost us the game. Um, I should have Vera's fortuned to break the Aegis on this, and then I would have hit my resource. I was thinking that I forgot this was going to give me a resource, so I could have broke the Aegis. I wouldn't gain my life, but I guess this saves to kill this, which is reasonable. God bless it. And then he had that. He silenced his guy, which loses at Overwhelm, but lets it attack. I'm taking 9 here. If we hit our resource last turn, just oh, that's unfortunate. Am I gonna play more any more Poke dudes today? Yeah, probably. I don't know if we're gonna do it this afternoon, but we might. I might do a evening stream again tonight after the kids go to bed again. Scale of 1 to dead, looking pretty dead here. Yeah, I'm just gonna pack that in. I just want to deal 2 more points of damage with a primal card so I can finish my quest. And I could have sequenced a little bit better last game, but hey, this hand's great. We got our combo in it. We've got Herald Song, Bin the Fanatic, Scream it back on 3, draw some cards, gain some life. Hopefully they play a 2-drop on 2 here so you can just like get in there with this. Gain some cards and draw some life. There might have been merit again to playing our Infiltrate guy on 2, but yeah, so again, I don't want to run this Scream into a Torch, so I'm just going to play this card out that could possibly bait a Torch. We didn't get a pause at my end step there, so they likely don't have a Torch in hand. Again, just like little bits of information that you can pick up by playing the game. Yep, that's fine. Alright, I'm not going to play around the Torch here, because it's not pausing, so they shouldn't have it. Have a deck list of this deck. Yeah, I've posted it on Twitter a couple of times. I'll tweet it again after the stream today if you'd like. Alright, another Haunting Scream is excellent. Let's just Herald Song, filter through another one of these resources. Next turn we can go Scream plus Midnight Gale. This is fairly close to the deck list I played into Masters this season. Probably just gonna have to pig that. I could just go like Midnight Gale plus Ranger. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. I think we're ahead enough on life and we're committing 2 more threats to the board that my opponent's likely not going to attack with this. And then like next turn I can use my resources more efficiently and like pig this plus Haunting Scream. What's our ideal scenario here? They like attack for 5 and like play a Reaper, and then we like pig the Reaper and then Scream this back and hit them with all 3 of our guys. Draw a bunch of cards, gain a bunch of life, deal a bunch of damage. Do you think Impending Doom has too little downside? Nah, I think the Dice to Doomblade argument applies to Impending Doom aptly. Like, you just, like, kill it. Kill it. There's plenty of ways to remove it, I think. The removal is pretty reasonable in this game. Attack me for 5. Rats. Alright, so opponent was a little conservative here, which is good for them. I'm still gonna pig this, I think. And then we hit another 2-drops. Let's just play that out and pass the turn. Should have lived through a permafrost wood? Yeah. Yep, exactly. Alright, take some damages. Would like to find some more removal. Probably just going to cycle this next turn if they don't do anything here. Even if they do stuff, we're probably just... No blocks. Yep. Just have another Impending Doom to play out? This has to be a second one, right? Alright, 2 draws to find a piece of spot removal and destroy them. If we find removal for this, they're so dead. Even if we don't find removal for this, they might be pretty dead. No removal in sight, unfortunately. So I could Scream that and then hit them for 8 and then have a lifesteal guy and then a bunch of 4/4s Is that worth it? It like triggers the infiltrate on everything. Yeah, that's probably worth it, because then they have to hold these back, and then they're taking a bunch of damage from it. I feel like we're not a favorite waiting here, so let's just do this. They're 10 out of 10 blocking here, taking 8. These turn into 12 power. Alright, so this is life drain. These are 4/4s. End of the turn here. Alrighty. What you got, opponent? Because if they just sit here on defense, that card lets them get aggressive. That's unfortunate. They are just dead in 5 turns to this, just beating them down. Another ranger. Just don't have good attacks. 20 cards into our deck, seeing 1 piece of removal. Yep. So long, Midnight Gale, my old friend. If their testicles were huge, they could have attacked with everything and then, like, hope I didn't block. They have to have another play here, right? Another Reaper's probably lights out. Overwhelm, sure. They go down to 6 here. Yeah, yep, just did. Did I get him my 2 points of damage at least and complete my quest? I think I did. Yay! Primal Warrior, get some chests. Hey yo. I say hey yo. Alright, let's rally some nerds.